What's up, YouTube? We got another yo-yo review to do today. I told you we got to bang these out. This is the Unspoken Yo-Yo project, Apollo. Now, this was sent to me by the good people at Unspoken Yo-Yos, and I've had the absolute pleasure of being able to play with it and love it and carry it around for a week or so. And I gotta say, I love this thing. So I've already done the unboxing and first impressions. Go watch that video if you haven't watched it yet. So I'm just gonna put the specs up here on the screen. But just know that the weight of this beautiful yo-yo is 64.5 grams. And that it is made out of 70-75 aluminum. Which is awesome, just to be frank. So let's get right into this. Shape is a very comfortable and familiar sort of organic H shape. I would say it's sort of right there with the top deck, the one-drop top deck as far as shape is concerned. It's got a few more cuts and things in it than the top deck does, but sort of a very similar shape and diameter to the top deck with as well. Similar in that regard. Top deck is heavier, though, by a little bit. I think the top deck's about 66.5 grams, so it's about 2 grams lighter than the top deck. Also, sort of very similar as far as cuts and stuff are concerned to the Smashing Yo-Yo Company Interlagos, which is another one of my absolute favorite yo-yos. Very cool. Very cool. Very good size. Very nice, lightweight, but still very rim weighted, very stable, very quick. Just overall a really great design. One of the nice things here is you've got this nice little cut here, both aesthetically pleasing and you know, just to kind of like take a little bit of surface area away if you're doing like a hand grind or something. Very nice as far as that's concerned. The blast finish on this is soft and perfect. 70-75 aluminum is usually a little bit tougher to get a good blast finish on, but they totally nailed it on this one. I'd say the blast finish is very similar to the blast finish on like the Countach 5000 QV, which is excellent. So, I mean, they really went out of their way to get a really good blast finish on this yo-yo. It's got one of those like raised cups, sort of like the Interlagos does. It's a different shape, but one of those like raised up cups. So if you get it in there, it's concaved a little bit, so you can kind of get a decent finger spin on it, but there's plenty of room around the cup. I actually kind of like to ride that ridge to finger spin it. Very cool as far as all that's concerned. It's a good cup design. I like it. It's simple and shows the fade very well, but is also very useful and economical. The other thing that this does by raising that up a little bit is that gives you a little bit more center weight than, say, it like a nipple would, like on the top deck. But what it does is it removes the center weight, so you can still finger spin and stuff on it, and there's no like obtrusive nipple to get in the way of your finger spin. But it kind of acts like a nipple in the way that it like doesn't make you have to have just straight up weight all the way across. So this is all cut out weight from the center, which is very cool in my humble opinion. And I touched quite a few yo-yos, so very cool. You can definitely get some thumb grinds there. It's sort of just straight out. It doesn't really like hug your thumb in any way, but if you get it on an angle, no problem. It's a big lip, easy to catch, and I'll show you that when we throw it around a little bit. Mine, I think they come with like center track bearings. Mine was a B grade, and he put a concave in there, but I found a grooved bearing that worked just as well. As you can see, the blasting stops, and I'll show you that when we take it apart as well. Very cool. Mine has some anno flaws, but again, mine was a B grade. The A grades run 85 bucks, and there are still blue ones on YoyoExpert. Link will be down in the description for that. This is absolutely one of my favorite yo-yos this year. So let's go throw it around a little bit. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. And we are back with the Unspoken Apollo. Gotta say, love this yo-yo. It does basically whatever you want it to do. It'll go faster because it's nice and light. It spins a long time because it's got a ton of rim weight. And it's got great response. Like, Literally, this is one of the best responding yo-yos I've ever had the pleasure of playing. But also very light, quick, nimble, stable. All the things you want out of a well-designed 7075 aluminum yo-yo. That almost worked. Been working on that regen and not smashing myself in the face with it. I failed there, though, clearly. But it's okay. So, nice, good, snappy response. No issues there. The grind finish is incredible. Like I said, very similar to the blasting found on the Countach 5000 QV. As you can see, still spinning hard after a really long grind. Lots of good grinds. Very controllable grinds. Nice, soft. It's very pleasing to grind with, which is, you know, something that I like a lot. Finger spins. Easy to catch. Very doable. No real issues there. And thumb grinds, like I said. Doable, even just on a little bit of an angle. You get there's a lot of lip there. Easy to get your thumb in there. Overall, just, I mean, really good yo-yo. Like, I know it's $85 and $85 for a 7075 monometals, like, kind of, I mean, it's not a terrible price. It's actually a pretty good price. But, I mean, this is just designed brilliantly. The colors are awesome. The shape is awesome. It's fun to play. Like, I don't necessarily want to put this down very often. And I don't see why anybody else would want to either. Like, this is really a good yo-yo. This is absolutely going to be one of my top 10 favorite yo-yos of this year. And this is a year that a lot of really good yo-yos came out in. This is one of the best ones. Absolutely. So, we're going to throw this on the desk. I will take it apart. We'll show you guys the guts. And then we'll do pros and cons. And that'll be that. But hold tight with me. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back on the desk with the Unspoken Apollo. Look how good this thing looks spinning. Yeah, this fade is killer. Slow down a little bit more. There we go. Get that kind of strobe light look. So good. So good. Alright, let's take it apart. So, machining is actually pretty good. Comes apart nice. Tight at the end, but then nice and smooth. So, tightens up nice. No real issue that I can see of it stripping or anything like that. Comes with a center track bearing. I've got a centered bearing in there, like a grooved bearing. I think this is a Buddha. Here's what I was talking about before, though. See how the blasting sort of stops right there? That's an awesome feature and a sign of a great design. If the blasting goes all the way down, now it's blasted a little bit there, and maybe that's just the cut, but it's sort of a, like, in my humble vision of it, sort of a lighter blast, a little bit, so that's not going to slice your string up. And I really appreciate that, because I like a good blasted finish, but if it saws your string in half, that sucks too. So that's really nice. Comes with those sort of smoky, clear response pads that I'm always raving about that work really well. So excellent response system. That was probably one of the things, you know, on first throw, I want a good response. This absolutely delivers, and Unspoken did a great job with that. Goes back together nice. No real difficulty there. No squeakage. Just goes together nice and tight. And then you got that. Like I said, mine's a B grade, but it's still pretty smooth. Like, mine's like 9.5 out of 10 smooth. I'm sure the A grades, I mean, if this is their B grade, I'm sure the A grades are like 10 out of 10 butter dead smoothness. Like, is it even spinning smooth? Like, this is really good. This is a really good yo-yo, and it's really smooth, and it's really done really well. So let's do, with that being said, let's do pros and cons. Pros, awesome blast finish on a 7075 aluminum yo-yo. That is usually one of the things that suffers when you do 7075 aluminum. This is better than a lot of 6061 blasts. This is great. I don't know how they did it or who did it. great. The weight, it's light but stable all at the same time. Awesome. It's super stable, like it would be a 67 gram yo-yo, but it's less than 65 grams. Like that's incredible. So huge pro there. The cup, while not designed for finger spins, very good for finger spins, and also aesthetically pleasing, as well as just a great design. So nice design in the cup as well. Great overall design. Looks great. Plays great. Is great. Thumb grinds, easy. Regular grinds, perfect, amazing, excellent, fun, feels great. The colors are great too. I know there's only blue left, like there's only like an aqua left, but that aqua's great too. Aqua's a great color. Like a lot of companies do aqua because it looks great. It shows up great on stage and it just looks great. I mean, this is absolutely a competition-driven yo-yo. You could totally compete with this, and I would imagine a lot of the Unspoken team will, because it's really freaking good. I think this performs better than most bimetals, in my honest opinion. It's also super dead smooth and just a joy to play. So not only is it fun, but it performs incredibly. So just a really good merge of like fun but performance, and there's really no cons to it. I mean, it's just a really good design out of 7075 aluminum, which in my opinion is really sort of the way to go with yo-yo design now. Doing like a 7075 or 7068 aluminum as opposed to doing a bimetal or something. I really feel like that's where the best yo-yos are coming from right now. That's where the best designs are coming. And this is absolutely one of the best ones I've played. As far as cons are concerned, I'd say really the only cons are that there aren't more in this awesome fade. This is as close to a perfect yo-yo design as I've had the pleasure of playing. It's great overall. There's really not many bad things to say about it. I wish there were more in this fade so that I could be like, go buy this faded yo-yo because look how good it looks. But they're still blue, which is good. The aqua colored overall looks good, and you know, it's definitely something that you're gonna dig. Link for it down in the description of this video. You definitely want to pick these up. This is absolutely one of the best yo-yos that came out this year, hands down, bar none. It's incredible. As far as my design preference would be concerned, I like yo-yos that are a touch wider and sort of a touch smaller in diameter, but that's really personal preference. This is great. It's a great design. It's a great size. It's a great shape. And it's a great yo-yo. So you're definitely going to want to pick up an Unspoken Apollo. Again, link down in the description. There are a few left on YoyoExpert. You want to grab them before they are all gone, because who knows if they'll ever be restocked. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers to you, and I will see you next time.